a legend, an ex-international. So, good one for him, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, let me let you guys do your thing.
All right, thank you very much, Chacha.
Yeah.
All right, there you heard it. It is indeed bound to be a swell time with us on Sports Bank this morning. Just so you know, Tunde Olawo is not on the show, but it's already a tradition. It's a culture every Friday morning to always ensure we have winners on the show, but on social media platforms, as well as you calling in to be a part of our show on the Sports Bank, the Integrity Station, Splash 105.5. My name is Ayodeji and Animashaun. Of course, on the other side, I have a Faith Ayodeji. Good morning to you, Faith, and welcome to Sport Edge.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ayodeji. Good morning to our listeners, and good morning to Bolu as well. It's another Friday, and definitely means it's a swell time on Sports Bank. Another time for our listeners to get that chance to win, and win. You have the chance to win on our social media platform on Twitter. You also have the chance to call in for the cash prize, the 5,000 naira cash prize. So I'm sure our people are buzzing because I've heard they have different tricks to it now. They've been very fantastic. The way they've been getting our questions in the last few weeks is very, very laudable, and I'll hope that this streak will continue today, the winning streak. Today is the 21st day in the month of August, and it is the birthday of a legend. We've been doing birthdays for the past few weeks, but I wanted to go off birthdays today. But when you realize today is the birthday of the man called the Lightning Bolt, Usain Bolt, you cannot. It becomes very difficult to look beyond that. He will be 34 today, and for someone that holds the world record in 100 meters and 200 meters, 9.58 seconds. That is extraordinary. That is, we'll say, unparalleled. That is, beyond the norm for you to do that. And to even go beyond that, he has been able to do 200 meters in 19.19 seconds. That is unbelievable. And it would take something special, something super extraordinary. Allow me to use that to actually beat those records set by this man. So he has done a lot for the world of athletics.
But some people believe actually retired a bit too early. I mean, considering the fact that he turns 34 today, and some people, even over the age of 34, they are still, trying to achieve something.
I know you are talking about Justin Gatlin, who is still Asafa Power, who are still very much there. But we understand that when you compete at that level, and we don't, human physiology, human anatomy is very, very different. He must have been seeing his body. He knows that, I have to leave when the ovation is loudest. He knows that he cannot continue. Remember, even in his last solo race, 100-meter race, he came third in that one, and you wouldn't want to, and that actually pained me. I thought he would leave on the eye, but he still left on the eye, regardless of whatever happened in that last race. So you wouldn't want to see races where Usain Bolt will be coming in third, fourth. We're already used to that distance with which he wins. He wins with, I remember a commentator saying that he has won with distance of daylight. You say that is he wins 100-meter races like he has won a marathon with considerable distance between himself and whoever is coming in second place. So you understand why he has been very great. Maybe it would have been good to see him for a very, very much longer time, but he decided to call it quit. He knows what he must have been feeling at that time, and I think it's a very good decision because I'm sure Ayodeji don't want to be seen both coming 5th, 6th in races.
Obviously not. And you also realize it was so good that I think a particular dictionary eventually adopted the word both for me.
So he raised the bar too even for himself.
But I would always keep my fingers crossed. Records are meant to be broken. That of 100 meters, and I'm still keen to see who would eventually get to topple that. But like you rightly said, it's going to take a whole lot for you to beat that record. But hey, that is just really much from Faith, trying to take us right into the world of athletics. But just before we head straight into what we have on the show for you today, let's quickly intimate you about the fact that we currently have a post on Twitter asking you the question. Remember, it's already a tradition. I have a question for you on Twitter, and ultimately also give you an array of questions to call in and pick from to eventually win the 5,000 on the show today. But for that Twitter post, we've got this one saying, I am the oldest Balkan goal scorer in the La Liga history. Who am I? You have to provide answers to that. That's on or before 7:45 a.m. And that means you have barely 6 minutes before then to provide your answer. Just go to Splash FM 1055 on Twitter, and then you'll find a post there. Drop your own answer in the comments box. And then when it's past 7:45 a.m. this morning, we'll be able to see if we eventually find a winner on that particular post. But hey, before then, let's quickly intimate you with what's bound to happen later tonight in the UEFA Europa League. It is the final of the competition. Sevilla, 5-time champions, up against Internacional. I mean, a lot of people would feel maybe this is just a little bit distorted, sort of, because you realize that Sevilla are rich in history. International, without a trophy in about 10 years, is the last one, the Champions League. But some would rather say no. I mean, Inter have been able to cover a lot of ground, especially since the appointment of Antonio Conte this season, and they look like perhaps the pre-match favourite to win this one.
Well, I don't know who you would call favourites, because you say Sevilla, they are, just like you said, they've won the tournament 5 times, so they are more experienced at that level, playing at the Europa League finals. They are the most decorated team in that competition, so you understand that. And they are also a team in form right now. I think their winning streak is now going to 19-20 games. They've not lost any game since February. Well, you know, AY will say it is due to the COVID-19 break, but then when you've not lost a game in 19 games, that is something. That means you're doing something right. You're doing something extraordinary there. So for a particular Lopetegui, he has done something very, very fantastic with that Sevilla team. But now is the time to actually cross the line. This is the most important hurdle, because just like Conte was telling his players that, well, people don't remember who played in the finals. They only remember who actually won the competition. In 10 years' time, what people will say was who actually won. What people will say is who won the Europa League in 2020, and that is what will count, not exactly who played in the final. So this is a very, very important hurdle, and for Conte on the other hand, he has not been so much. He has not done so well in cup competitions. He's not that heralded. He does well in league competitions, but there's a way he has not done well. But it's only right for him to get to the finals of the Europa League. You know, it's testament to the fact that he has done a very, very good job with that Inter Milan team.
Looking at the two managers now, Lopetegui on one side, Antonio Conte on the other, you realize they both have different stories leading up to the final, especially for Lopetegui, who was sacked by Real Madrid just barely a few months ago. But who do you really think deserves this most, at least for the sake of a perfect ending to their story?
Well, that is, you know, anyone that gets it actually deserves it. If you get to the final of any competition, you definitely deserve it. Especially, you look at Lopetegui, he knocked out Lazio, knocked out Manchester United, knocked out, I think, Roma along the line. So he has done a very good job. Look at the pedigree of the teams. He has knocked out so many Italian teams to get to the finals of this particular competition. Now he's coming up against another Italian team. So if he's able to do it, and you look at the core of players he has, you know, the Navases of this world and all those players that he has, he would be very happy to do it. Conte as well, but I think Conte would deserve it more, especially with the kind of work he has done in that Inter Milan team. You know, he picked up a team that was, we'll say, as good as in pieces, and he has been able to.
And they got knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League this season.
They got knocked out in the group stage. You say maybe they were still trying to get their hearts together, and he went out in January. He went to bring in, you know, some one or two
additions.
He made 1 or 2 additions to that team. You know, he made some very, very. He brought in some good players. You know, maybe past their prime, but you know they still have 1 or 2 things in their last legs or the twilight of their career. They still have 1 or 2 things to offer, and he has gotten to the final. So maybe if you ask me to pick one, I would say maybe Antonio Conte actually deserves it more.
Okay, we'll wait to see. 8 p.m. is the kickoff time in faraway Cologne. Later tonight, Internacional, or Inter Milan, as some people call it, up against Sevilla. Some people actually regard them as, you know, the premium winners of this particular competition. I mean, having won it 5 times, and perhaps they can as well just take it one further to make it 6, interestingly, because of the fact that they've never lost a UEFA Europa League final ever. And now, heading straight to the world of tennis this morning, when Novak Djokovic actually says he felt a responsibility to play 2020 US Open in New York. Serbia's world number one, Novak Djokovic says one of the reasons he decided to play in the US Open was to help the sport keep going. Whatever it means by that, I don't know, because you realize there's no there's no Rafael Nadal, rather, there's no Roger Federer, and you'd think maybe because he feels, you know, the coast is clear a little bit to catch up with these two lads in race to actually topple them as the it as the player with most Grand Slam winners, maybe he might just really see this as a grand opportunity for him, and he doesn't want to pass on it.
Yeah, this is a very, very big opportunity. He's won 17 Grand Slam titles. Now, Rafael Nadal is on 19. Roger Federer has won 20 Grand Slam titles. So he knows that if he gets to win this one, he would be one behind Nadal and then two behind Roger Federer. And he knows that there is the Australian Open where he's very, very good coming up maybe later next year as well. So it is a very big chance for him. Just like we've said on this show before, that it's more like the coast is very, very clear for him right now. He has no Rafael Nadal to deal with, no Roger Federer to deal with, no Wawrinka to deal with, no Nick Kyrgios. I know AY would raise his eyelid over that, but no Nick Kyrgios to deal with. So some of the big names, some of the big guys are no longer in the competition. But he has also given a very, very good point that he's doing it for the sport. Whether that is justifiable, that is that might be a little bit subjective. But we understand that these are very difficult moments in the entire world of sports with coronavirus, having a huge toll on the entire sporting world, especially with younger tennis players not getting so much money. They depend on tournaments. They depend on these competitions. They don't have big brand endorsements. They don't have big signings there like the big boys still have to make lots of money from. So if he's saying he's doing it for the sport, we just have to take his word for it. But we all know that he also has his eye on catching up with the record.
Okay, remember the US Open gets underway on the 31st day of this month, and the draw would be made next week Thursday. So don't you worry, we'll be here to actually keep you updated with everything proceeding in the second Grand Slam of the year. Surprisingly, though. But moving in straight to the world of boxing, I won't talk on this, but at least to cast an eye on it as regards what's bound to happen tomorrow in the world of boxing, where Dillian White's crucial heavyweight bout with Alexander Povetkin will be taking center stage in the United Kingdom tomorrow, as well as Katie Taylor's undisputed women's lightweight world title fight with Delphine Pearson. We wouldn't want to talk about it, but at least we'll just put it on our radar because it's the heavyweight category where we obviously have our very own Anthony Joshua, and then we just might not know. Maybe a few years from now, we'll be facing any of these two guys once again. But away from that, to the world of basketball rather, where the Milwaukee Bucks held the Orlando Magic to 3 fourth-quarter field goals en route to a double-digit lead, then rode Giannis Antetokounmpo's 28 points and game-high 20 rebounds to a 111-96-point victory. Elsewhere, in another game, Anthony Davis scored 31 points and grabbed 11 rebounds yesterday as the Los Angeles Lakers played to their credentials, in which they actually defeated Portland Trail Blazers 111-88 points rather, to even the series right there. And all the results saw Milwaukee Bucks defeating Orlando Magic, like I said earlier, 111-96 points. Indiana Pacers lost against Miami Heat by 100-109 points, and Houston Rockets defeated Oklahoma City Thunder by 111-98 points. But moving on to the appointment of Daniel the Bull Amokachi has actually been announced yesterday as the new special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on sport, according to his letter of appointment dated August 17, 2020, signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, stated, "I'm pleased to inform you that Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has approved the appointment as Special Assistant on Sport. The appointment takes effect from the 11th day of this month." Good news for Amokachi from one level to another. We wish him the very best of luck in that regard. But heading straight to the world of football now, from the home scene, where New Abeo's midfielder Onzube Anazeba says he joined the Umaya-based Nigeria Professional Football League side with the ultimate aim of helping them claim the league title. They have never won the league, nor a cup title in the national level since they gained promotion to the NPFL in 2014. And interestingly, they've been making, an array of quality signings. In fact, after the announcements of the signing of Onzube Anazeba late last night as well, they also unveiled Maxine Ojobo, and you're wondering exactly what is their target for this season, or maybe someone's already digging a grave for himself, because if he doesn't get to deliver with this quality of players, that begs the question about his own pedigree. But now let's talk about what's also bound to happen later in the next few weeks, as Spain will be taken to the center stage right there in their fixtures in the UEFA Nations League matches against Germany and Ukraine. And yesterday they invited Ansu Fati and new Manchester City signing Ferran Torres and most of other players to their camp that will surely open in a matter of this. And that list of players invited, you have David De Gea, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Jesus Navas, Sergio Busquets, Mikel Merino, Adama Traore of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I beg to ask, should this really be deserved call-up right now for most of those lads? I'm sure you must have seen the list already.
Well, this is this is a new Spanish national team. This new young Spaniards coming through the ranks. When you begin to see the young Ansu Fati, that is a national team preparing for the future, gradually easing trying to ease some of the older legs out, trying to ease the younger legs in as well, and that is why you see someone like Fati coming in. You see, based on Adama Traore's form, I think he has been one of the most talked about players in the last 1 year or thereabouts in the world of football. If you're not talking about his pace, you'll be talking about his agility, all the power, his body frame as well. You'll be talking about the way he uses baby oil to rub his arms before games so that players wouldn't be able to pull him down. So you understand that based on form, he deserves to be called up into the national team. We wait to see what the Spaniards have to offer.
I'm also keen to see what Adama Traore will be bringing to the table. I mean, the Spanish La Furia is always known for technicality, for flair, but I'm not too sure that is one thing you can attribute to Adama. But hey, it is football.
You have to be dynamic.
Exactly, it is football. Dynamism is easily acceptable. But now, quickly, remember we've got a post for you on Twitter, and it is 7:50 a.m. and that means if you're still thinking of joining the list of those that provided their answers, I'm sorry to say that it is late already. The window is closed. But then the question says, I'm the oldest Balkan goal scorer in La Liga history. Who am I? And we've got loads of responses on this one. Here's one from Steve Bond 007 saying Istro Stoichkov. Adjo Wale Toby says Jan Oblak, a goalkeeper being the oldest goal scorer. Man. Adebayo Kazim says Modric. Signa Iduna says Georgi Cravenio. I think that should be Romanian. Emi Ramsey says Niels Marcus Rosenberg. And unfortunately, we only have just one winner who happens to be also the fastest finger. Is Adebayo Kazim saying Luka Modric. His answer came in just about 43 minutes ago, and that means you would be our winner on the show today. But guys, remember last night, sometime yesterday rather, the EPL dropped the fixtures for the 2020-2021 season, and that has got me a whole lot of people talking. But just before we actually join the list of those I'll be talking about it, how about we just link up with the BBC for the Premier League updates to talk about this when we are back from this timeout. This is still Sports Bank on Splash 105.5 FM.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, this is Jo Parsons at the BBC Sports Centre. Aaron Ramsdale says with the publication of the new fixture list, he's counting down the days to the resumption of his Sheffield United career. Ramsdale rejoined the Blaze from relegated Bournemouth earlier this week. They begin the new season on Monday the 14th of September at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Even yesterday when I came in and I was like, right, I've got a few weeks to get going and hit the ground running, and now the fixture come out and 3 weeks, I think, something
like that.
And it's just a quick turnaround. So, like you say, you're counting down the days now to that first home game. And I think them first 5 games give a real good opportunity for us to get some good points on the board and momentum.
The chief executive of Leeds United, Angus Kinnear, says they could hardly be more excited about their return to the top flight after being given an opening weekend match against the champions Liverpool. Leeds travel to Anfield on Saturday the 12th of September.
It's a fantastic day. Everyone's very excited. There's a real buzz when I walked through the doors this morning, and there's been a lot of speculation on who we might get first up last night in the fixtures, and the fixture computer has shown it's got a sense of humour and given us a really big game to kick off the season.
And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League.
All right, you're welcome back from that time out. Remember, it's still Sports Bank, the Friday edition, the winning edition of the show right here on the Integrity Station. And Fifth, you obviously heard that. And I'm sure you must have actually gone through, some of the fixtures, especially for the first 5 games of the season for most of these clubs. Which of these teams you really think as perhaps the toughest of them all?
Well, first and foremost, I think I'm not so fazed by fixture list because I know that everyone will play themselves.
Obviously.
They'll play against other 19 teams at one point in time. But I think Leeds will be having a very tough run. They're starting the season against Liverpool, defending champions. They will be having Sheffield, having so many tough games. Within the first 10 games of the season, that will be a very, very difficult welcome to the Premier League for Marcelo Bielsa and his boys.
All right, the phone lines are now open for you to eventually call in and then start picking your questions, and let's see if we eventually get a winner on the show again today. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Shitu Toy calling from Iwo.
Shitu Toy from Iwo. You're welcome to Sportsman. Quickly pick a number.
5.
Number 5. Number 5 says, who is Raptors' opponent in the playoffs and what's the current score in the series?
Working Edge.
Okay, and what's the current scores?
2-0 in favor of Raptors.
What's your name again?
Shitu Toy from Iwo.
Shitu Toyib, congratulations. You've won yourself 5,000 on the show today. That's how easy it goes. Congratulations. Remember, if just in case you're a first-time listener, you're of course wondering the numbers to call. They are 0809 155 1055. 0809 155 1055. You can as well call 080 5699 8678. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Something from Animashaun.
Did I hear Samson?
Yes.
Okay, quickly pick a number.
Number 1.
Okay, number 1. Number 1 says, mention the 2 key Chicago Bulls players that missed the team's playoffs defeat to Philadelphia 76ers in 2012.
Hey. No idea.
Okay, thank you very much for that one. Quite succinct. Kabulu, can we still pick one more call? Do we have the luxury of time? Okay, maybe just one more. Thank you very much for that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Akombiola Lekon.
Akombiola Lekon.
Yes.
I quickly pick a number.
Number 10.
Number 10. There's no number 10 on the list. We have from number 1 to 7.
Okay, number 7.
Okay, number 7. At what age did James Ward-Prowse join Southampton setup and when did he make his debut?
I can't hear you.
At what age did James Ward-Prowse join Southampton and when did he make his debut?
11.
Okay, and when did he make his debut?
You mean the year, right?
Yes.
And that was 2016.
All right, I'm sorry, Akombi. You're wrong. Both with when he joined and when he made his debut. He joined at the age of 8 and made his debut in 2011. And he has signed a new contract with the team to stay at least for the next 4 years, I think, or 5. But anyways, that's just going to be a convenient point for us to wrap things up on today's edition of Sportman. Congratulations to our winners. You know what to do. You know the drill on what to do to actually redeem your prize. Faith, we have to leave. What's your final take?
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to the finals of the Europa League later tonight, and congratulations to our winners. Those that didn't win, they know that for you to win, you need to listen to every edition of our show from Monday through Friday.
Exactly. That's the drill. That's how to make a winner out of yourself. Thank you very much, Faith, and big thanks also to Bolu. My name is Ayodeji and Animashaun. Wishing you all a fantastic Friday and weekend. I'm out of here.